Well, hello everyone and welcome yourselves back on in the Stranded Alien Dawn, where we're watching Connor eat some veggie soup for breakfast. What a little legend. Welcome yourselves back in, guys. Thank you so much for the love on the first episode. If you haven't actually seen that yet, please go ahead and do so. I appreciate your time, guys, and we're just kind of chilling. Just got down the little table, but let's get stuck straight in. So we've got down our tailor bench, so we're going to start the clothing. We survived our first thingy here. We could cut these up for the bug meat, but we're not going to do it just yet. What I'm going to do is let them catch up on the little bits that they are going to do. So we're going to play 2x, get some of this harvesting done, and then hopefully this will become a bit of a higher priority here, because we want this to be the syrup, right? And what I've done is set the until on a few of these, so 200, so we'll always have some in stock. It's the kind of only food we have at the moment, so we'll probably go ahead and grab a few more of the beef berries if they're knocking about. Yep, there we go. So quite a few in. They're quite hard to spot. You've got to go right in, but we definitely don't want too many. I'm not sure how many you get per beef berry plant, to be fair. I'm going to go with 9. I think that might be 90, so that'll do for now. And yeah, we'll kind of get stuck in. It won't take that long for the grain to grow either, which we'll just make porridge. We'll live off porridge, you know. Lost harvest. That's these ones here. So some of the bushes, as you go through... Well, let's grab maybe 2 more then, just in case. We'll get a bit of a top-up on that as well. And yeah, we'll be working towards maybe the defenses as well. And the game works, if you don't know, on basically, if you have, the more you build, the bigger the attacks kind of get as well. And we are on very hard, so they will get pretty crazy. But yeah, plenty of cloth over here if we want to keep grabbing it. We might need a bit of that, because I'm going to grab some woolly hats as well at some point. So what was that? It's the manure. However, to grab that. So manure is a fuel thing, actually. I'm going to observe that one as well. So you can make fuel from it. And bug meat, there's different types, but we don't have the breakthrough for it. So one of the big things we're going to do today is hopefully get on expeditions. And that requires, well, requires quite a bit, actually. It requires us actually getting some of this research done. So spaceship deconstruction, that's fine. But we're going to need... I'm just going to remove these. Flamethrowers are really awesome early on. We're going to need long distance travel, which is right here. So we're going to get that one, and I'm also going to get flamethrowers. So that's kind of how we're going to do it. Then our next defense should be okay. Now, these guys are going to want something to do soon. So we're going to be good, and we're going to get them just a little dartboard around the back of here. Stick it on the side of there so they can play darts when they're bored. And hopefully by the next attack, Jack will have this crafting done for all 3 as well. So let's speed it up a little bit. Let's start zooming through. Oh man, I'm so buzzing. It's been a mixed reception about Paradox acquiring them. The way I see it is, right, that basically we weren't getting any updates, right, other than modding. So it's a positive no matter what. You don't have to buy the changes, right? So we weren't ever going to get any changes. Hopefully there is some. I would love some whole new scenarios, some new maps, some challenges. You know what I mean? All of that would be super cool. Manure didn't take long. There we go. So we can craft fuel from that one as well, which we're going to need a bunch of. Got to be really careful because this stuff isn't good outside. It's 1 year, so that'll be okay for now. The rest should be fine. We'll maybe want to get these under a roof at some point. But that's fine. Let's give Jack the second weapon here. There you go, Mr. Jack. We've got two bows. Now, if it's just bugs, we'll be absolutely fine now. So we'll get to 4 of those. We'll be happy days. But we do want Rita to go on expeditions. Rita has a trait that is absolutely amazing. Has chance to field observe unknown species during expeditions. So she basically can do your observations for you during the expeditions, which is awesome. She'll unlock loads for us. And on the forums, I think some people have posted the exact expeditions that can yield results, by the way, but I'm not quite sure on them myself. I don't really care. I just go through it. You know, there's certain ones that can provide breakthroughs. I think it's the ones where there's like computers and stuff. I don't know. Anyway, through the night already, the spaceship deconstruction is 38%. I'm actually tempted to flip that one over, but we definitely want it. What I want is a weapon, really. Also going to go ahead then, and we're going to copy out these, and I'm going to start just getting out. We'll probably want a post here. So we've got a bit of a workable area if thunderstorms come. Alright, the first lot are getting up now. This is going to be good news. So what are they going to be eating today? Well, you got some sweet syrup. Nope, we got 2 soup and some emergency rations as well. They're not a big fan of emergency rations, by the way, and you also don't want them to eat the same thing, but we can keep Rita pretty happy just by cooking. So And her favourite thing to do is taking walks. I'm not sure about Jack. Target practice, we can get one of those down. Playing arcade gaming a bit later on, and playing darts for Connor, which we've got the dartboard, so Connor's going to be pretty happy with doing his favourite thing, which is always nice. And cooking too. This is good. Alright, Melody. Absolutely smashing through that research. I am keeping that very close eye on the food. Now, what I need is probably... What is Connor up to? Shall I get him to mine this? I get him to mine those guys out so she can go ahead and get that planted as well. Rita's getting all our planting done. Not actually sure if we're going to get much out of it. Cloth blossom I've got until anyway. And then grain grass, honestly, I might put that down to 200. And then, yeah, we're going to work on a bit more lean stuff on this. And there's the earplugs. Why did you make those first? Oh, we've got our limit. Wow, he did that really quick. So we should have bows for everyone then. Look at that. We got four bows now, and we've got our earplugs as well, so we'll get these going with that. So let's get Connor on the earplugs, Jack on the earplugs, Melody, so they're not going to get disturbed sleep anymore. It's a really good thing to have, so they last about a year as well, and they're spaceship deconstruction. So what this does mean is I can salvage now instead of scavenge, and that gives us a chance to probably get better weapons. Now I'm going to keep this for a little while. This is going to act as our little defensive point, and basically what we want to do is get a flamethrower inside of here, so when they come in they'll get cooked by the flamethrower, right? So it shouldn't take long to get the long distance travel, so we'll get that one in as quick as possible as well. And then in the tailoring bench I'm going to go for some hats to start. So it can get hot in the summer, so we'll probably want a bit of both, but mainly, well, one of the best ones is the baseball cap, because it goes... We're going to just get 4 of those. And what it does is basically it stops it in the summer and the winter. You get a bonus. So you may as well grab them early until you get onto carbon. And look at that. That scavenge was huge. So we're going to need to go ahead and do yet another on the old beefberry here. They're actually getting through them pretty quickly. So let's get some of these harvested. And what we're also going to need to do, I'm just going to slow it down. I'm going to have a little look for the nests to see if we've got any nearby. So we've got one up here. This is perfect. So we've got 1,200 carbon. Oh, this is really good. We've got a few nests up here. We've got one over there. And I think I saw one down here somewhere. You know what's awesome as well? There's a few actually. But with the regeneration mod, they come back, by the way. So we can see them. And this one's a light thing, by the way. If you're wondering what this is, it's where it provides light. So yeah, there we go. Crafting 4 for Jack as well. Melody, why are you unarmed? Go get your weapon. Then you can go back to bed, please. Thank you. And long distance travel is in as well, so we're going to get that one built. So this thing we're going to keep pretty close to the fuel, so when they refuel it, they can grab it really quick from there. But that's going to be quite a big deal. But yeah, what was I saying? We're going to have pretty good stuff here with the regeneration mod. So terrain regeneration, basically it can regen the actual thingies as well, the nests, and there's quite a few on the whereabouts here. And I've just noticed this water, so let's drag over here, because my guess is there might be something. Actually, these fallen trees are going to come in pretty handy. We don't have that much wood, but I'm going to go ahead and cut down both of these, so we'll get that going. I'm just keeping a good amount. We got really good crashed sites here. Genuinely. I'm going to turn off scavenge. We're going to go for the salvage first, so hopefully Connor gets that done. But I don't feel scared for this second one now. We have the 4 weapons and hopefully some caps really soon as well. Let's see what we get. There's electronics, so we're probably going to have to turn off electronics from here. We'll make sure they're on there, so because they'll go bad under roof, like 24 days. So under a roof they're indefinite. And here's the lightning strike chance. We're going to need Connor to get his booty back in. I'm going to risk it, and hopefully, yeah, I really would love a sniper. It's game over if we get one. We'll be laughing. Thunderstorm was pretty quick though. I'm playing at 3x just to start flying through, really. It's how I used to play the game anyway. I feel pretty comfortable again now. Right, Rita is idling, so we'll definitely want to get her doing something. And honestly, I'm looking. She's made the veggie soup. Should we get her to get a bit more syrup and CPU cores? That's perfect. So all of that is going to help with the research. Let's harvest up a bunch of that. And what we're going to do is I've got room to copy one of these, and we are going to go ahead and extend this one out. So we've got a bit more storage under the roof, right? This is absolutely fine. And one thing about the expeditions is you can find new survivors as well. So they're pretty handy. But we shall see. Man, what are we researching? Flamethrowers are nearly done. Yes, we'll have a little bit of fuel to keep us going for that. We'll also want to keep... We've got plenty of fuel, actually. Intellect 6 as well. And... let's go for... what are we going? So it's empty. We'll probably want to keep... all of these are really good. You can improve their strength and all that through these as well. I'm trying to think what I want to do. I think wooden fortifications might be a good shout. Electrical grids, though, would make our life so much easier. Now that we've got it... because I'm thinking printed components and stuff. We're actually in a pretty good place for this. Let's go ahead and do it. And then the flamethrower, we're going to get one of these guys in. So we have everything we need for it. We're going to need to make this bigger. So let's get this deconstructed. And then I'm going to expand this out this way. I'll put the flamethrower in and then I'll build around it. I'm trying to think how I want to do it, actually. I might have deconstructed the wrong piece. That one needs to go. I've got the throwing mod on, I believe, as well, so they throw the logs. Not sure. Yeah, look at that. It drops it down rather than bending. It's quite cool. So, defense, hopefully when this is gone, we should... you need quite a bit of room for it, but we want it so when they come in, they get blasted with flame. So we're going to go there. They will try and chew through the fence as well, eventually, but I'm going to be just a bit crafty with it. And then what we'll do is literally stand here. So the flame... as long as we're not in the line here, actually, what I'm going to do is break down this, this, this. And we're going to extend this by 1. Like that. We're slowly going to build this out. We don't want to build too much. And what you want also is this. So if you copy these in, you can essentially... that flame's only going to hit the first one. So you almost want... you want one each side. But we can put traps in there. So we'll stand back here, and they'll get caught in the traps, and the flame will finish them. Don't know if that'll hit them. So I don't know if we can move this up 1, but then it will damage the wood. So the flamethrower will damage the thing that it's hitting as well. But that'll do as a makeshift little defense for now. And then I'll get this one done. So what do we need? Sticks. We're out of sticks. Cut down some broadleaf bushes, then we got a lot of them. So get a bunch of these ready. We need a lot of sticks for fuel actually as well. So we're not going to have anything for our fire. Let's make sure we're doing that. And there it is. So the flamethrower is done. So you get 1 hour of burning with 10 fuel. And there we go. A whole bunch of syrup. So these guys are good for a little while. And the syrup will last a good while under the roof. Whereas these don't. So under roof 4 days of the veggie soup. So what I might do is actually say... Melody, which one's your favourite? One of them likes soup as their favourite. I'm sure I saw that. Meat pie. Grain porridge. Doesn't have a, he's not bothered about food, so let's give him that. I'm just going to turn off the sweet syrup, and we're going to say, Connor, you have to eat the cooked meals. So anything Rita makes, you eat. So that should be a good shout. We've got to be careful that we've got the sticks as well, though. So it should be fine. And there we go. All this done. Hopefully we can get this finished off with the sticks. And there we go. The last bit of construction ready. So defense is ready for the next one, and we'll just stand back here with our bows, and as they get caught, hopefully we'll get shot. If that goes in, it will get killed as well. And I'll probably grab the meat. In order to tame, if you're wondering, you do need to observe the animal first as well. Flightless bird there. Get a bit of meat. And we do have cats. You can leave them. They will change their clothing as they need as well. So some of them do have a hat and a cap on. So we'll let them decide. At the moment, I am desperately hoping for a weapon here. But electronics is also quite handy if we can get those in. Combat 4 for Rita. Jack is really getting all their level ups for no reason at all. And combat. So target and speed and chance to hit in combat. The higher it gets, the better they are at it as well. So with our bow and arrows. Now the cool thing about bow and arrows is it does cause a bleed as well. These guys are going to be a bit annoying. But here we go. We should be going on expedition really soon. Now one thing we need to factor in is that when Rita's away, she won't be cooking. So I kind of need a 5th survivor. Whoever it shall be. And there's the electric grids. No queued research, no problem. And then, yeah, there's quite a lot we've now unlocked so that we've got the electric grids. So you can see refrigerators, which I never really use. I typically go straight to freezers. Hydroponic racks. Searchlights, auto turrets. So you get into your tech pretty quickly. Delivery drones are immense, by the way. These things make everything super fast. So... do keep that in mind. Now, we're going to go for solar panels, wind turbines, because you needed those for the graphene solar cells over here. Then we are going to probably... Don't know whether taming I want to do. I think we do need to get basic construction at some point. But when you start buildings, when the attack's going to be pretty bad, but we probably do want it before the winter. So I'll try and get a little house for sleeping at least, you know. Haven't decided on how I'm going to build a house yet. I'm going to try and make it look nice, but... There's a toxic ash, shortness of breath, and make solar panels rubbish. Farm plants will lose health because of it as well. You can build gas mass to mitigate that. But anyway, let's get stuck on the expedition. So an expedition itself uses 30 fuel a time. So this is why we needed a bit of that fuel. The first one is 2 hours. These go up an hour a time, I believe. And I'm going to send Rita, because Rita is the one that's going to discover something as she goes out. And I'm going to do it at night, because they will sleep on it as well. And she's sleeping now anyway, so hopefully she gets up. I might send her now. Let's draft her and undraft her so she goes on the expedition. And we got 22 aggressive animals. These ones are explodey. So the other ones I am going to grab. And we're going to start shooting them. So I'm going to attack these before they get to base. Okay, so I'm going to use these 3. This is the next attack, so on day 9/22. So it is 4 to 5 days. But yeah, she's gone. It won't take her long to get back. She would have actually been back before the attack. But I just want to thin the herd. Those orangey colour ones explode as well. And the terror bird, yes, these things attack everything that goes near their nests. They usually die out pretty quick. So he's going to do a good bit of damage for us, which is good. Has he got any friends? Because, yeah, there's his nest over there. Don't think he does. Is there one in there? Basically, 3 of these terror birdie things. Oh, there's another nest there. We'll wipe out loads of these. But he's dead, unfortunately. There's another one here, though. Anyway, let's go deal with this. I'm going to shoot the closest first, and we're going to kite them. It is dark, and the bigger ones are faster than the smaller ones, actually, so we'll probably shoot those first. Hopefully Connor can hit it, and we are going to kite back. So we're going to get hit and bleed, and then we're going to run back and then hit. There we go. And they will stop chasing, so you'll be fine. And we'll just work them down a bit. There we go. Connor took a little bit... Is that Melody, actually? Melody took a bit of a hit, but that's okay. Get her back. And I think the terror bird is going to chew on them in the background as well. So we'll just quickly deal with this. Probably the best way to do it, guys. Don't be afraid. The bow and arrows are good. They've got similar range to the pistol, and they're okay. Okay, and there you go. She discovered small broadleaf bush. Not the best one, but exploration is complete. So crash of a site, what I think was a cargo pod. The crates scattered everywhere. One visit won't be enough to scavenge everything, so it's a scavenge site, and it's only two thingies away. Let's see what she gets. Scrap metal and ale. So low physical skill, reduce the amount of scrap metal, but that's fine. We'll bring a little bit back. And if you go over to your thingy, I'm trying to make this a little bit friendly for the guys as well that haven't played. You can see what they're bringing back. So 8 ale and 40 scrap. Nothing amazing, but you can get quite lucky on those sometimes. So in the meantime, we're going to continue on and try and kill out a few of these. And then, to be honest, I'm going to try and get a solar panel with a bit of lighting up at some point. Not a solar panel, sorry, wind turbine. Oh, this is not good. Go. Connor, get out of there. Don't mind taking a little bit of a hit. I will just try and get him away a little bit, though. And then turn and shoot. And then I should be able to get them to shoot here. See how they're bleeding now? It's quite handy. We can get them healed afterwards, but they're slower and they do everything slower in the dark. That's the only downside. But the big ones, yeah, we're going to want to pull those out a little bit. They do explode, so you've got to be really careful. And they can miss sometimes. Gonna get a shot off, Connor. The other two will keep running after he's shooting, and then these guys will go on that. There we go. See that explode? It does a lot of damage as well, so you got to be really careful. Go on, guys. Don't miss. Good. Melody's taking a bit of a beating here, but she's okay. I might undraft her, actually. What I'll do with Melody, just before, I'm going to get her to go heal herself. These two, we're just going to continue on. It is, so once it goes light, they won't miss as much. Connor has a trait which shoots twice as quick, by the way, as well. I just need these birds to go in. They actually would as well if we did it right. But when they can't start pushing, we do want to turn and shoot. Whilst they're reloading, run back, essentially. Not bothered by the little ones at all. The only downside is those big ones have quite a bit of HP. Bit of acute pain. Really don't want him exploding next to us, though. Jack, you'll be absolutely fine. We're going to have to take an explosion here, I think. That's fine. He's good. He's a tank. The explosions do affect their other ones as well, though, which is fine. The birds didn't quite do it. If I ran this way over to the birds, they'd attack, though. The ale's back. Just going to send these guys over here. I think they're all coming now, so I'm just going to grab everyone over. Now, these two, we're just going to get those to start shooting that one. Connor, you keep running. Jack, you okay, mate? Yeah, you'll be fine. You keep running this way. These two, bleeding out a bit, but we'll get them shooting that. Connor, just come this way, mate. Use you as a bit of a kiting thing. Here, these guys can start shooting. If we could save Jack, that'd be wonderful, Connor. You turn on that. These guys will just get them hitting this. There we go. Just keeping a close eye. We've got enough meds anyway. We've got bandages and first aid to deal with this just fine, so no problems at all. Struggling over here a bit, aren't you guys? Just unfortunate that it was night time. We've got one more. There you go. So, Melody, you're bleeding out in 17 hours, so can you please heal yourself? Jack, I'm going to let Melody do it all. How long's he? He's not life-threatening, so that'll be absolutely fine. I'm just going to zoom it up so Melody can kind of quell herself. You'll see as she heals. She's got quite a bit going on. She won't bleed out, though. It's going up now, so she'll be fine. And Rita's gone off to do a bit of healing anyway. Now, we take a bit of a hit to happiness there, but that's fine. Oh, look at that. Flamethrower's working. Not ideal. So if you had pistols or something, they shoot quicker and they do a bit more damage. But the bows, it's those explodey ones. They're faster. So probably should have pulled them back a little bit more. There's another CPU. We'll take that. So no one's going to die. We're all good. But she probably did take a bit of a hit to her happiness. What we'll do is check in here. It can just show me here. So we'll check over her. She's going to have her movement quelled. Yeah, right foot. So treated -10. So we've got 80% movement. They'll disintegrate over time. 8 hours left, so she'll be okay after that. And wind turbine's done. Solar panel's done. Let's slow it down and go through. Got a siren. There's all our power stuff. And we got lighting. We got heat. I'll probably go with a wind turbine. And the thing is, heaters are going to come in really handy in a bit. Hopefully this toxic ash will be gone soon. What else have we got? Green cob over green grass. Green cob is much better. So let's go ahead and get one of these in as well, because why not? We'll have a bit of everything. Also, whilst they're doing their thing, I'm going to also now start to get in stuff. So we're going to compower. I'm going to pop in my first wind turbine. So these are constant, but they don't give that much. So they can go down as low as 4. So during this toxic ash, I don't think you get as much. I'll show you what I mean. So we'll get one of those in. And then for every power thing, you'll need at least one power pole. And we'll just use, at the moment, wood. That's absolutely fine. And what the electric rods can do is essentially charge batteries when they get hit by lightning as well. So you need to have them by power poles. If you're interested in the power stuff, if you search on the channel, I did do a little power guide that goes through the vanilla game on all of that as well. And I'm intrigued as to watching this regenerate because I've got the mod on to do that. So let's see what happens. And let's also go back to scavenging. And these times are going to get rid of that. And we're going to copy and paste onto you. So we've got metal alloys. Probably go to 30 on both of them, actually. Let's copy. Cool. There's the wind turbine. And actually, no, it's pretty good. It's providing 30 right now. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and get a light. So you can put little lights above stuff. And ideally, you want it in the area where they're going to craft. It requires ceiling as well. So what we're going to do is see if we can get the wall lamp on here. I'm not sure if it lets you on. It does, I believe, on the stick ones. So let's get a wall light here. So at night, when they're crafting, if it's a bit darker, they'll be okay. And I'm going to go ahead and send Rita out again. So we've got enough. So we've got another explore, or we've got the cargo debris that we found as well. I'm going to do the explore. now that we've got probably 3 days or so before another attack. So we should be fine. We'll get Rita out on that. I believe each year is 49, 50 days. Or is it? Can't remember now. It's about 50 days. A shooting star. So these are generic meteorites things. They usually only have... They're either spaceship debris that have fallen down or they're metal or that have fallen. We'll see what she uncovers in a moment. Scarabai, which were what we just killed. So she's just basically done that. We can get as a statue, which is something they like, actually. Let's see what she's got. These are the ones. So, a detected one of the ship's data storage devices. These small modules contain bits of the ship's memory, flight logs, crew, personal mails, and whatsoever. So, these are the ones that can give you breakthrough research. We're going to have a little guess, a little game we play. I want carbon wind turbines. Ready? Ah, fuel fermentation. Okay, that is one of the best. So, we can now craft our own fuel via the bugs, which is OP. So you'll see it down here. Fuel fermentation, it turns 50 bug meat into 20 fuel. So we're going to need to get some raw insect meat before we can do that, and I know just the place. I believe the flying insect gives it. So let's go ahead and grab that one. They give normal meat, I believe. Welcome back, Rita. You can see all their happiness has dipped now, so we're going to need to work on making them a little bit happier after that. But they are all healed now, so they should be okay. Movement's coming back up. It's got a painful scar now, which takes 4 days to go. That's going to be a little debuff. Disconnected device, electric wall lamp. So what we're going to need to do is copy in these guys. And you're going to need, basically, power poles to go to it. So we're just going to go ahead and hit that. And that'll allow this to light up. So, yeah, as it gets dark, the lighting stops them working slowly. Now, she's smashing through these. There's our construction basics. So we will be able to start a little house. And we have serious... Oh, look at this regeneration, guys. That is such a good mod. Yes. Beautiful. Oh, scavenging's still going. Risk a meltdown for Melody. Let's have a little look then. So what does she like to do? We want to look after her to stop it. Kimchi and playing an arcade game. Well, Kimchi got really not much chance of that on this one. However, I can make it a bit better for you by forcing you to do fun things like go play some darts. And what we'll do is keep an eye on her. And that's with the Survivor's Determination. So this should give her a little buff here. You see this one? There you go. So she's going to go up to that one. Should be no breakdown. And our meals are about to rot away. So we probably want you eating that. They can be a bit weird and they eat stuff they shouldn't. As opposed to the other bits. Now... Melody, you can start salvaging and stuff if you've got nothing else to do. That would be good. Let's get all this cleared. Yeah, we got a really good place to thingy. Let's also observe the silicon. And we got ourselves a pulse rifle. Oh, yes. So what we're going to do, who has the worst combat? Rita. Okay. We're going to give Rita the pulse rifle. Now, this does a little bit of damage, but what it does is it stuns them. So it holds them in place. So one of these can provide stupidly good. And now Connor's idling, eh? What about this one? Let's salvage that. No queued research. Construction basics is done. So we're going to need a fair bit of wood. So I'm going to start the lengthy process of cutting down some trees from over here. And I was thinking about cutting from this pond, actually. But it doesn't really matter too much. It is nighttime now, and our light should come on. Look at this. We're still in stick huts, but we've got electricity. Make it make sense, guys. Does mean there's no manipulation debuff, though, which is nice. And we've finished all the caps, by the way. The next one is you're going to want to make sure you've got some kind of shoes. So as they get bad, you definitely don't want them running around barefoot. And if you go over the actual boots, I believe, yeah... This one helps with the heat tolerance. No change to that and no change to cold. So sneakers are okay for cold. These electronics are really good. We're going to need those. But yeah, what we're going to do is look into the batteries now. We can go into much better thingies. I'm not going to build the normal solar ones. And we're going to research fuel fermentation, which is going to be crazy. We're kind of laughing right now. And then we're going to get... How do I want to do it? Let's grab... Whilst we're going to make the barrels, we may as well grab a bit of pickling then as well for a different food variety. And then in here you'll see that we have a little statue that we can do. We also have shooting target. Problem with this is they have to replenish it with hay. But I'm going to put one in. So let's go with that. And then hay is with the giant's grass. No, it's this stuff here. Blade grass, right? Actually, it might be both. Either way, we've got hay right here. And that did rot away, unfortunately. Connor can't eat that many in one go, so I might reduce this down. Let's go to 6. Because I don't like waste. I don't like waste, and I'm going to be careful, but now we have fuel fermentation. Each time we get attacked, we can scavenge the bugs, right? So it's going to be really useful. And there's the silicon leaf. So that is silicon itself, which we will need for printing. So I'm going to go ahead and harvest those, because it lasts quite a while. What else do we have here? Only a cloth blossom. I don't think I need to worry, because a lot of our growth is going to be done soon as well. So food, yeah, look at that. We're going to have some grain. And there's our silicon as well. The reason I'm grabbing it is because you need it for a lot of the research as well. And then when it comes to the winter, I'm going to try and go through... Well, we're still in the summer and then autumn. So we've got plenty of time to deal with it. But as you can see, you can build generic houses or you can start building it yourself as well, guys. And what I'm probably going to do is build it all manually by myself. Just be wary, it can be a bit fiddly. And each has different heat properties and different strong support properties as well. You see the thermal insulation? So you'll get on the metal floor is very strong support, but only has awful thermal. So we're going to go for wooden. Honestly, I'm going to slow it down whilst I try and pick a spot here. You can elevate and de-elevate the houses as well. So Z and X will go up and down. You don't want to go too high because it costs more wood. But yeah, Melody's idling. Probably want to get her cutting some stuff down. We're going to need some trees. I think for the time being, we want somewhere for all of them to share and sleep, and then we can kind of build on it. But don't want to have to build twice. So kind of like the idea of going over here because of the thingy buildings over here. It takes time to move them in, but we are going to start the base then. So let's go with an 8x8 base that's raised a little bit. And then what I'm going to do is make sure that we get some trees cut down. So we're going to cut those. I'm going to get Melody on cutting. So let's check her stats here. Melody, any chance you could do a bit of cutting? That will increase her physical as well. So we'll get her doing that. And then what else did we get? Got silicon that we can plant, which is worth doing. We also have the small bushes. I'm going to get some silicon down. And I'll probably put this next to this one. And we'll do quite a big one because it's double anyway. And you will need a fair bit of it. So, oh, that's ready for the harvest. And I'm going to set up a quick recipe of this once we get this grain. Look at her. Oh, yeah. So be careful with this. Pulse rifles will damage your crops. So don't have this where they can shoot across it. It looks like she'll always shoot from here, so it won't break them. But this is going to make her a little bit happier, hopefully, with her little pulse rifle. It's going to be a whole lot of wood that goes into this. And this is why the drone is really good, because basically it will transport all of these goods for you automatically. But yeah, it looks like it's not going to take long anyway. We want Connor's building to get up to at least... we need like level 5, I think it is, or level 6 is the best. But being able to craft everything. I think I can do one more expedition before we will need to make sure we keep some fuel, right? I'm going to move this now as well. Let's get this one moved over. We kind of... it's okay for it to be inside our little defensive position. What I'm going to do is expend this. And we're going to basically have 2. So we're going to deconstruct these 2. I'm also going to copy it. Have that back there. And then I'm going to bring this way. How far over do I want to go? Well, we need this first, right? So let's get these deconstructed. Oh, we just got hit by a heat wave. Now, what temp are we? That is the question. Well, 20 degrees outdoors in the morning, so this could be a problem. We can get fans set up and stuff. But, yeah, we'll see. Happiness going back up as well. Let's make sure some cooking's happening, because I've only got Connor eating on that stuff. And he might be hungry. Yeah, he's starving, look. Okay, because we're sending her out. Let's get him back on the syrup then. You're allowed some syrup, mate. After that, Connor, go and eat some sweet syrup, please. And then we'll push this a bit further out. So let's get rid of these two. Let's also break down these guys. And I'm going to expand this out to here. And how far is that? 1, 2. So pretty sure that's it there. That look right? Or was that one too far? I actually think I can move the other flamer in. Yeah, if I move them in. Okay, I got it. Let's move that in one. Perfect. That looks much better. Okay, and you got to be careful because if this ground isn't flat enough, by the way, the flame will not go off. So if it's a hill, the flame will just be above them. There's pickling and fuel fermentation. So what we're going to do is get some of these fermenting barrels in. We're just going to go with wood. And I will have these guys just over here. Oh, we got 46 aggressive animals now. And I am going to fight these inside. So hopefully we'll have this finished. Where are they? And they're just the small bugs. These are going to be, yeah. 2 flamers will absolutely obliterate these. So we just need to make sure this building is done first. Get him on that. And then the flamethrower, please. Jack, do you want to come and maybe do that as well, please? Oh, it's going to be a nighttime attack as well. So yeah, the flamethrowers are going to be the one that's going to save us here. There's multiple variations on how you can do the defenses. There's loads of different ways to do it, especially when you get onto the turrets and stuff. So there is a lot you can sort. Jack, come and do this now, mate. Thank you. Let's get it all finished. Because if it's not, we're screwed. That should be him doing all of them. What about these two? Jack. That one. Let's go. It's funny because my dog's name's Jack and he'll probably be turning around. Beautiful. Right, let's do the deed and get this one smashed out. I have no concerns here. Here we go. So let's get everyone in. Let's make sure we've got them in the correct position here. Away from the fire. Rita, you're going to be at the side. Melody, you're front and center. Jack, come to the side. And Connor, you come over here as well. Let's go. We've got plenty of time. They're over here. We've got the little gate in the back so they can get in. Now, they might chew on the fence. They do that sometimes, but that's okay. Now, either traps or these guys are going to level up our combat either way. But Melody, if they come this way, is going to hold them like crazy. So, it's going to be handy. Obviously, ideally, we could get a floodlight over here as well, but I'm going to do this. And this is going to give us the bug meat for our fuel fermentation right here, right? So this is going to come in really handy as well. I'm also going to copy these guys over this way. Just going to copy these before we get into the next one. And hopefully they come in correctly. What I'm going to do is bring Rita this way. Actually, I'm going to put her right over here so they path correctly. They might try and go around the back here. There you go. Look at that stun. But some are coming in, which is great. Yeah, they're coming round, which is really perfect, actually. As long as she gets stuns here. But there's the fire. It's destroyed the fences already, but that's okay. They're going to run straight into the fire, so nice and quick. We're going to have to move the fences up a little bit. And look at that. Just like that. Defense is no problem. The fire, the flamethrowers are just immense, though. 2 more left. 1 more. And what's perfect is I'm actually going to cancel... I think the flames hit both of these. We're going to set those to be butchered. And I'm going to need to make sure that is priority. So activity, we need them on hunting. I'm going to put... I know I don't like to do a 1, but I'm going to have everyone on a 1 for that. And basically, whenever I get these done, they'll smash through this. And then these guys, I'm going to remove both of those, and we are going to change this up for the next one. Then that bug meat's going to be turned into fuel, so that should stop the fire burning them. So it won't hit the fence on either side, but there will be a kill box. Now, we've got to be careful because there'll be 2 blind spots if they decide to come into these bits, but that's where the pulse rifle, hopefully, will hold them in place anyway. And you can do all different things with these. Now, they can only go on 90-degree angles, though. That's the only downside. You can't have them tilting in. But that's okay. Let's zoom through, let them finish their night, and then hopefully we'll get all of that. And then the flamethrower took a little bit of damage. They managed to chew it. But that, as you can see, that 10 fuel, so only used 0.2 of that one and 0.2 of that one. So it lasts quite some time. And how quick we obliterated those. That pulse rifle was a mega find, though. That's just going to make my life 10 times easier, man. I think with Rita, actually, what I'm going to do is take her onto a 2 for hunting. So she cooks. Don't think we have any raw ingredients to cook with at the moment. Oh, we have the grain now. Look at this. So we can actually go ahead and get grain porridge. So let's get 6 of those. These guys can have a bit of a variety. You can manually force them to eat certain things as well. But all of these, yeah, just need those to get built. The bug meat does not last long at all outside. You'll see this start disappearing pretty quickly. But we need to get that fuel fermentation research sorted. I think we did it, didn't we? Oh, she is so quick, man. All right, let's get antibiotics, which, by the way, takes grain as well. This is why grain's so important. And then we're going to get coffee. Cereal coffee as well. So coffee is really good because it allows them... It increases their manipulation speed for like 6 hours when they drink one. So, yeah. And it makes them happy, because who doesn't get happy with coffee, right? And all that classes, there's some nice raw insect meat coming in. So all of this is going to be good for this. What I'm going to do is get Connor to actually go ahead and do the barrels. And there's the grain porridge. Well done, Rita. And then what I can do is set these up. So we're going to have ferment liquid fuel. And I'm going to do it until it's 50 bug meat. So we kind of want them. Let's say 200. And then what we'll do is copy them over to these when they're done. And bug meat's already in, so they'll start fueling. And you don't have to do anything. All they need to do is handle it, and it's done. And you eventually can get the robots to do that anyway, which is crazy. We'll paste this across to all of these. So once the bug meat comes in, they'll put it into those. And there we go. That's automated somewhat of fuel. So nothing to worry about. Then our floor's almost done there. I'm also going to get some more wood. So we don't have many logs left. We are obviously growing a little bit here. They're not going to take that long. 50% of the way. There's 320 logs there. We can harvest early as well. But let's go ahead and keep cutting. Also good on sticks. It's just logs at the moment, so that should be fine. Not concerned about that low food supply. The reason I say that is because we've got grain set to 200, so it is ready here to be harvested. We're okay for the summer. And there's our flooring. Now, one thing to note with floors is you will need some kind of flooring as well, otherwise they get annoyed. So I'm just going to get some soft carpet in here. Now this requires these guys, but that's okay. We can get cloth blossom. There are some still knocking about that we can harvest. Oh, there's loads. Okay, let's go ahead and harvest all that, and that'll be our carpet. And then we'll get the first lot of walls up. This is just going to be basic multi-purpose room. I'm not sure how I want to do this yet. Luckily we're in a very flat seed, so I can get this kind of going out. I think maybe like a bit of a double shape here. I played a full series where I wasn't allowed to build outer walls as well, and I built a pretty cool mansion. Do check that out as well. Guys, I'm going to slow it down as we come on in to morning of 15. Really appreciate you being here, guys. As always, please do gas the video up. It really helps me push out. You put a lot of love on the first one, so keep it coming. Really, really appreciate all of you. Do hit the thumbs up, subscribe if you aren't as well already, and as always, I hope you have a fantastic day. I'll catch you in the next one.